Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. So today we're going to cook some comfort food. It's been sort of a rough day and I know I look a little disheveled, so need comfort. So comfort food's the way we're going to go. We're going to make some creamy potato and Italian sausage soup. I got all my ingredients out here, but I got a lot of dicing to do. But I was recently watching a clip from the 1970s Wonder Woman. I wonder. Great Athena's G-string. It worked. All right, so now we have all of our ingredients prepped. So all the amounts are down in the description, but we've got beef broth, we've got chicken broth, we have a bunch of sprigs of thyme, we have diced potatoes, diced onions, a little bit of flour, a little bit of parmesan, a little bit of heavy cream, salt, pepper, wine, some diced tomatoes, and garlic, and of course, Italian sausage. It's, you know, creamy potato and Italian sausage soup. So, let's get to cooking. Alrighty, let's put this thing together now. So, first of all, get yourself a soup pot on the stove, get it up to medium heat. And they're going to chuck in some ground Italian sausage. This is a little bit different than Zuppa Toscana, which is one of my favorite soups, which has the Italian sausage in the casing. This uses loose Italian sausage. So, we're going to use our homemade Italian sausage. And I'm going to get 2 pounds of it, a browning. So we're going to get that all stirred up, mixed up until it is almost done, and then we'll start adding some more ingredients. So my Italian sausage is about 80% of the way there. Now I'm going to throw in the onions and cook those with the sausage for about 3 or 4 minutes. Next, we're going to add a good amount of garlic. It's up to you how much you love garlic, how much you add. Then in go the taters. Precious. All right, now we're going to get that all stirred up and incorporated, and then let this cook for about 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, now we're going to put in our flour and white wine. We're going to get that mixed up and let that cook for about 2 minutes or so. We'll get the flour in first, get it all stirred in, mixed in here. Mix with that delicious fat from the sausage. Now our white wine. Once again we stir, and then we're going to let it set for 2 minutes before we chuck everything else in there. Now we're going to add a lot of stuff in there. First of all, our salt and pepper. Our 2 cans of diced tomatoes with the juice. Our 20 ounces of chopped spinach. And our chicken broth and our beef broth. And last but not least, our sprigs of thyme. Now we get all that mixed up, bring it up to a simmer, and let it simmer for about 25 minutes. This is where the magic happens. Obviously, somebody is changing a transmission in my dining room. All right, looking pretty. We'll see in about 25 minutes. So the soup has been simmering somewhere between 20 and 25 minutes. How do you know if it's long enough? Well, you use a German technique. So you fish out one of your pieces of potato, and then you attempt to insert this device into that potato. If it does easily, then what the Germans call this is fork and tender. So that means that they're good to go. So we can move on to the next step. Now, I know what the next step is, and I've worked this out in my head. We'll see if it really works. What I'm going to do is get about a cup of those potatoes, get them into my ricer, and then get them back in the soup. That's going to help give it the creamy consistency. All right, I think the winning strategy is I'm going to set this ricer on a plate. I'm going to use one of these awesome things and start fishing out taters and chucking them in the ricer until it's about full. It looks like it has about a cup capacity. Hey, those are forking hot, which is also German. Thank you. Funny, all this German stuff when we're using Italian sausage. However long you thought this step would take, multiply by 3. All right, so I'm going to do 2 of these. First one, right here onto the plate so I don't have to fish through this stuff again. And then we'll get it filled up one more time and back into the soup. All right, so we got our 2 ricers full of taters. So rice that right back into the soup. Now for the last 10 minutes of cooking, the last 2 ingredients. The Parmesan cheese, which we're using our magic cheese, and a cup and a half of heavy cream. We'll get that mixed up, let it go 10 minutes, then we'll give it a try. All right, as I am letting this cool down, hey, let us know in the comments, what is your favorite comfort food or soup? We would love to give it a try. If you like what you saw today, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and never miss an episode. All right, so hopefully it's not forking hot anymore, and we can get a good taste without melting our faces. Oh, though it's like Zuppa Toscana, which like I said before is my favorite soup, with the tomatoes in there and all the thyme and everything, it does have a bit of a different flavor, but it's absolutely incredible. So, big takeaways today. Forking tender, forking hot, and Athena's G-string. Definitely give this a try. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today, and until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.